Victor. The High Council needs access to the power grid if we hope to restore the city. Your inability to provide a legitimate excuse for denying them will only last so long.
Victoria is right. I know you're angry, but you can't let personal matters interfere with what may be best for everyone.
Personal matters? This is a Ministry of State matter, and I will handle it as I see fit. He is a traitor. He turned his back not only on his family, but on our people's entire belief system. The fact that he still breathes is a stain upon the House Veth'aal name.
Holy
You
shit.
will doom us all with your pride.
I will do as I please as head of this house.
I'm just awkwardly standing here.
If you are not a member of House Veth'aal, you do not belong here.
Hello to you too.
Another High Council lackey come begging? I told Lovick no more.
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Victor, this is a Nazgul's chosen. You recall Lovick sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help, especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council. You must act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Varric has left, and until he returns, Victor refuses to assist the council.
These are hardly matters for the ears of an outsider.
Oh, shut up.
And who are you to tell me what is vital and what is not? You are an outsider. You have no understanding of our house. Yes, quite the conundrum indeed.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Varric?
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if he's become promised, truly his arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Vindicator, are you well practiced in discretion?
Yeah.
I hope your word is good as well. As Vittoria mentioned, my son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the great serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead.
Yeah, I'm not doing that,
First,
so...
we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric. As if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
Because he let his weakness get the better of him. He sees himself as a prisoner in this life. He runs from a duty that others would spend their lives coveting. He is my son. He does not get to choose. He was born to inherit my title, and he knows the punishment for refusing to honor it. My son denounced the very faith that defines Va'ruun's society. He dared to blame a Nazgul for the state of Dazra.
He's not wrong.
Dared to call our faith in the Great Serpent blind. It is heresy and punishable by death. I will not speak of her with an outsider, promised or not. Your focus is solely on Varric. Of course it would. As someone from the settled systems, You have no concept of what the Great Serpent demands of us.
I don't think you either. I think you're
I
just
do not wish
interpreting it.
Veth'aal dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death. The shame Veth'aal brought upon this house is immeasurable. It stains the very foundation. I will not act until this house is in order and its members are properly aligned with the Great Serpent. I will not have it known that I declared my own son a heretic and allowed him to escape our grasp. This knowledge weakens the Ministry of State's authority, something we cannot risk at this time. This is why my interest turned to a third party, someone outside of the noble houses, but we have yet to determine someone trustworthy enough. Until now. Our duty as wardens is to keep the populace tasked and loyal. All must serve both the
You're
Great
like the
Serpent
religious
and
police.
House Va'ruun. No exceptions. Those who refuse must be cleansed to stop the spread of corruption. Exceptions show weakness, and we cannot afford to show weakness at a time like this.
So you're political strong.
We have done the same for less. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Veth'aal and carry out his sentence.
Yeah, I'm not killing your son
And
because
I
you're...
would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear.
You're a liar.
Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Veth'aal has a signet ring with House Veth'aal's family crest. Bring it to me as proof of death. Only then will I grant you access to the power grid.
This is ridiculous.
There is nothing ridiculous about our customs, and I suggest you embrace them as one of the promised. The High Council wants my cooperation. This is how they get it. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Veth'aal's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate. See to it you do. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Veth'aal for personal reasons.
I can just go tell the High
I
Council
will
that your
not
son's a
risk word of his
heretic, and
disappearance
they'll come in and
getting
take your
out
shit
before I can
anyways.
say the situation has been handled.
I mean, that's what I would do.
I don't need any free drinks from you. This railing is taken. And no, I'm not looking for company.
Asking you for company.
Oh, of course. Who would be looking for me anyway?
Oh.
And why should I know anything about the heir apparent? I'm nobody. Ask him yourself, if you find him. Oh, sure. I'm just fine. Hundreds of people are presumed dead. One best friend ran out on me. The other's just drinking himself to death. So yeah, couldn't be better. Do I? Perhaps at one point, I thought I did. Varric. One day we're inseparable, and then the next, I've searched all of Dotspur for him. But he's gone. Couldn't leave him a note. That means he either doesn't want to be found or... Well, I prefer not to think about it. So, what if I did? Like I said, he doesn't want to be found.
Right.
If he did, I must have been too dense to pick up on it. Alright, fine. But I'm only telling you this because I want him to be safe. I never found out where he is. But I know someone who might. His name is Tain Salavea. Hard to say right now, but Tain's a regular. If you stay a bit, you can't miss him. Just promise me you'll let me know if you find Varric. Yes. I need the closure. Whatever it may be.
Okay.
Thank you.
Forgive me, I am tired today.
Okay.
If you
Hey,
ask me, we should be
Aren't you that
celebrating.
outsider made
No one
promise
can
that
doubt
showed
the
up here
great
recently?
serpent's existence now.
Oh, wow. You really bought in, huh? I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing. You could say I'm like a specialized delivery service, moving stuff back and forth between Dazra and the settled systems. Just so happens I got a lot of time on my hands since Dazra went to hell and I lost my ship. And let me tell you, I thought things were grim before. Whatever that incident was, this whole planet's gonna need therapy. I guess when you're part of the supply chain, they make a few exceptions. There's not a lot of people in the
True.
import-export business when it comes to Dazra, and they aim to keep it that way. But believe me, it wasn't any short amount of time before they let me roam these streets. Tell me about it. I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention.
Mhm.
Hey, you play your cards here right, you'll win them over. You've already been dealt a winning hand as it is. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for? I know the name, sure, everybody here does. But the man? Not much. Someone like me doesn't exactly hang out with house bigwigs. Veth'aal, huh? That's no small name around here. Well, I guess that depends, Vindicator. Who wants to know? Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Veth'aal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent, and I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out.
All right, yeah, I'll give you money. Oh, it's only 1,000.
Nice to see we operate on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him.
That's
So
even
you
another
just say the
1,000.
word and we're off to the races.
Let's go.
You make it sound creepy. But yeah, for emergencies.
Good, let's go.
Yep, when it comes to my stuff, it's like a package deal. I'm not just gonna hand off valuable tech to some stranger. Highlands region is the northwest side of Dazra. Pretty good area if you don't want to be easily found.
Let's go.
After you. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker, and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
Gate. One. Oh, animal. Okay. Crap. Got him. Are we being really attacked by birds?
Good news is my heart didn't give out.
Yeah, that's good news. Oh, come on, Bethesda.
All my years and all the planets I've been on. Never gonna get used to those things.
Wait until you see a terramorph.
Terror, what? I think I'll pass. At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Varric's alive. You find anything? Glad the kid had it in him. Only wish he could have killed him before we got here. Well, what's next? Varric must have fled in a hurry since his tracker's still here. So guess the rest is up to us. Sounds like a plan. And hopefully that injury slows him down enough for us to catch up. Let's head back down and see what we can find. And by we, I mean you.
You're not following me anymore? Ah, crap. I want to kill a bunch of farmers.
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited?
Mm-hmm.
Through here. You realize you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I realize that.
I can understand that, but I can't help you. The only people here are my partner Zen and our daughter Mila. No one comes around here. We're isolated, and that's the way we like it. All right, fine.
Irina, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well. Never mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said, we're isolated out here. We keep to ourselves. But we did aid an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Varric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him. We didn't know and didn't ask.
Smart.
We introduced ourselves, and he quickly changed the subject. But he was polite, and something about him reminded me of our own son, so I didn't feel the need to push him. Casimir Mazur. He left a while back to find work in Dasra. He didn't want the life of a farmer. We haven't heard from him since the incident.
Uh-oh.
He had a pretty bad injury, but we were able to patch him up. He didn't want to stick around, though. Once he felt better, we sent him north. There's a long-abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dasra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
You're welcome, and safe travels. If you find him, give him our regards.
think it'll be, the name's gonna be Bella. Sure, to account for the repairs needed. He's able to get the old computer up and running. He'll help it, maybe able to fix up the model that's been abandoned here. And I think I argued with my father over the need of engineering skills. And to think, oh, okay. So on this shit, contacted Payne again after our life far away from Serpent's house and politics. Oh, yeah. So he'd be a. He's got something to give my father, what I've done, people I've left. Holy shit. His words fell on his face. About his anger. Oh, is this it? Oh no, that's the guy.
Oh, let's hope Varric's home. Friend's a strong word. More like friendly acquaintances. Guess we both felt the Herald's Rest was one of the few places that made us feel like real people. Couple of drinks and everyone's your friend in that moment. Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything? Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I
He's
have
behind you.
uninvited
There he is.
guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Dang. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friends.
Rightfully so.
I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social call. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, allow me to plead my case. I'm glad someone does for once. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Veth'aal. I was raised to inherit the role of Elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. But I want none of it.
That's not the life anyone wants.
But it is the unfortunate way of House Va'ruun. The collective comes first, the individual second.
It's never mattered how much I tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Veth'aal is all he cares about. You sound as if you speak from experience. I envy you. Sometimes I would give anything for a supportive word from my father. All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood and was willing to help me with.
The credits help too, but yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now. I realized I was gonna help a friend. And yeah, I knew the risks. That's why we had the tracker. I needed Varric to get far enough away from Dazra so I could safely pick him up and get him out of here. I was hoping you'd see it that way. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Varric running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not two for the price of one?
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here. It seems opportunistic, I know. The truth is, the scaled citadel was the last straw. My people are so blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroying us. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the blink of an eye. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us. Especially when that faith leads to hate. I hope you can see why I want to walk away from all this. To start my own life. I ask that you give me that chance. Anything. Name it. My ring. Vashti gave it to me. It's all I have left of her since the cataclysm. The disaster took every physical reminder of her except for this ring. Just wiped her from existence. True. It's as if she's looking out for me. One last time. Take it. I'll find solace in the fact that the ring will remain with my family. And now I hope we are done here. Thank you for seeing reason. I owe you both my life and freedom.
Now that's over with. I'm gonna hang back here, talk to Varric a bit. Besides, I don't want to be around when you break the news to Victor. Do me a favor and find me at the Herald's Rest when you're done.
I have a ship. I can take you wherever you want to go.
My life in more ways than one.
Is it done? You're back. What news do you bring?
What have you done? Varric.
This blood is on your hands, Victor. I hope you remember this. I have not overlooked your involvement in this.
No, it was Varric's choice. He knew the consequences.
You were his father. You were supposed to protect him. You think you are doing what is right out of some blind dedication, but you are destroying this house. You already lost one child. You had to murder the other.
Victoria!
I will not hear any more of this. It is done. Leave us.
Oh, I am leaving to mourn my nephew whose memory you disgrace with your very presence.
Victoria!
Leave her be, Luther. The Great Serpent will guide her. She will understand in time and emerge stronger for it. Then I can appreciate a tool that does not question. Ultimately, I care nothing for what you think. Now, only one matter remains to discuss. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery?
Nope.
Good. I also have heard nothing of my son's disappearance, so I appreciate your discretion in this matter. You restored order to this house, and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go. I have much to arrange.
Victor may not realize it now, but he will regret losing his son.
Can I say that?
I would
You
allow
didn't?
Victoria her space if I were you. All must serve.
Where is she?
Without access to the power grid, warning device is useless. Did Victor finally relinquish the access code? Excellent. We'll finally have the resources to fully charge the morning device. Now, give me a moment to set up the grid.